Good morning. It's Kimberly Sherry, International Energy Healer. And today is Friday, TGIF. It's Friday's inspiration that we're doing today. So, welcome all of you that are joining here today. Hey, Deborah, nice to have you here. So, today I wanted to talk about the three main benefits of having a daily meditation practice or a mindful practice during stressful times. Definitely, we have stressful times, no doubt. And so, the reason I wanted to talk about meditation is there's a lot of people that meditate, and that's a great thing. However, there's a few things that I wanted to bring your attention to about meditating that you might not be aware of. And so, a lot of people, unbeknownst to them, are using meditation as a way to leave their bodies. And, because people are under so much stress, it doesn't feel comfortable being in our bodies because a lot of people are holding a lot of aggravation and fear and anger. Hey, Roma, I got here on time today. And Ditke, nice to have you here. So, a lot of people are leaving their bodies when they meditate, and this is not really effective because then we're not fully in our bodies, which is our bodies are this amazing tuning fork that informs us about what's going on in our world and in our life. Just put that on mute. And we need to be fully in our bodies to be able to get all of the answers and information that are coming in. So, super important that we fully occupy our bodies. And so, that's one thing about meditation. And hey, Sonia and Monica, nice to have you over on Facebook. So, we have both platforms going today. So, meditation, really important that we fully occupy our bodies. But the three things that was just a sort of a precursor about meditation that I wanted to talk about. But the three things, the three benefits, the three main benefits about meditating. So all meditations are not created equal. I'll talk about that more in a minute. But the number one thing that I wanted to talk about was how having a daily mindful practice, meditation practice, helps to set the tone and our intentions for the day. So that's super important that we have instead of our day taking us by, taking us captive, and then we're just being led along by our day, that we intentionally create a space so that we are in charge of our day from the very beginning, that we set the tone and that we set our intentions for the day. What do we want to accomplish? What do we want to create? How do we want to focus for the day? Hey, Cindy, and I can't quite see that one. Cindy, she has a great daily practice that she's known for. So good to have you here, Cindy. So this three benefits of daily meditation. So one would be that you can set your intentions and have a really great foundation for your whole day. Number two would be that it helps to create motivation. So oftentimes when we have a lot of stuff going on in here, we don't feel motivated. Like maybe a lot of you can't go to your gyms right now, so it's hard to stay motivated to exercise and to stay in shape, or maybe it's hard to stay focused and get that project done. And so, super important that we can create some motivation by doing this daily practice. But, not all meditations are created equal. And so, a lot of meditations, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with these other meditations. I'd say it's better than doing nothing. However, I am not trying, I'm sharing with you an even better way than just meditating. So a lot of people will, maybe just say a mantra, or they'll just try to blank out or whatever. But what I do, and the system that I have created, is a way of actually releasing the energies, releasing those blocks that keep us unmotivated, and helping us clear those places that help us create more focus and clarity by removing the energies that are actually causing those things. So that's why this particular practice is super beneficial. The third way, or third benefit of a daily meditation practice is that it relieves stress. So that's probably, that should be the number one uh, thing that it does for us. And the number one stress that I would say that we all have today is fear. Fear is an incredible stressor, followed closely behind by anger. Now, a lot of you don't realize how angry you are because you manage it, you push it down, and you keep it controlled, and you bite your tongue, and but all that energy and all that agitation and lower vibrating energies are constantly filtering through your body, and it's so stressful on your system and your nervous system and our psyche, and it affects our relationships, it affects how we feel, maybe it affects your digestion, affects your ability to sleep at night. There's so many ways that stress affects us, and there's no wonder that they say that stress is the number one killer, or maybe it was the number one influence in diseases. Can't remember what the statistic was, so don't quote me. But at any rate, we all know how stressful fear and anger are on our energy field. And so this is another way how the system that I've created is different, because so every morning for 20 minutes, I lead a group. We're on a little bit of a break right now, but I lead a group of people through a daily 20-minute, I call it a MediClearing, because it's not just a meditation. It's a meditation, but it's also a clearing. It's clearing the energies that make us feel tired, that make us feel unmotivated, that make us feel afraid, that just interferes with our joy, brings our joy down. So it's super important to be able to do this daily practice, because we find those places. Oh, I walk you through a process. I call it running your energy. And we walk you through this process where it's a very specific way of moving energy through your energy field. And in at the beginning, so we're going to do it every day for 33 days. We're starting our next round on Saturday. 8/8, we're going to do it for 33 days till 9/9. I love numbers. So we're going to do it for 33 days. And in the beginning, it's kind of broken up into three segments. That first segment is all about clearing. We go really, really deep and clear as many of these energies as possible, the fears, the anger, the martyr energy, just all these energies that we clear. And so we do that. And so in the beginning, there's like a lot of stuff to clear in the beginning. So you'll notice some immediate changes. And then as we start moving into like the next segment, so first we're clearing, the next segment we start planting. We plant seeds, we plant intentions, our desires. And then in that last phase, we're going to really be stepping into our power. So the theme of this next round is accessing, no, it's deepening your ultimate power. So we're really going to be diving deep into all the places that are holding down your power, holding down your infinite intelligence that would allow you to even know how to step into your power. So it's really deep. And then what happens as we move through these three phases is in the beginning, there's a lot to move out, and then there gets to be less and less. And then we get to spend more time diving into deeper things, like, in the beginning, it's just getting things kind of clear. But then we can have more time to maybe balance your masculine and feminine energies. That's an important part of really stepping into our power. Both of those energies hold a different kind of power. So they're both really, really important. And releasing that martyr energy that makes everything so hard, struggle, suffering. Removing, especially, because this shows up a lot throughout every single day, is removing this influence that's so oppressive on the planet, is this 1% energy, the 1% and reptilian energy, which, of course, as a collective, we have created this. But the more of us that are doing these kinds of mindful practices where we're getting out of the anger and out of the fear, then we're not feeding the beast that keeps and giving these energies that keep the beast alive. So the more people that are getting on board with this and realize the importance of eliminating excess anger and fear. Doesn't take away your ability to get angry. You can get angry in a heartbeat, but it's all the excess anger that's just totally wearing away at your nervous system. So this is what we are going to do every day for 33 days, and it's been really powerful. This is the third round that I've done, and I've just gotten rave reviews about how it's really helping people just to be calmer, mostly calmer in their life, and in spite of all the chaos that's going on around us, right? And so if we're going to be an inspired leader and we're helping other people to navigate in the world and to manage their lives, then we need to be in that place where we can be grounded and we can be that beacon of light in the storm. We can be that grounded rock of Gibraltar for people because everybody's struggling now. And you might notice how a lot of people are relying on you for some sense of security, like you make them feel a little more safe or grounded or calm. And the other thing that we do during these meditations is oftentimes those people will start connecting to you. They'll cord to you because, they're afraid. They don't know what to do. And so they might start cording to your root chakra, and this can affect your energy field. You'll start to feel their energy, and then you think it's yours just because you feel it. That's what we've been trained to believe, is that everything we feel, everything we think is ours. And it's not. So we'll be removing cords every day. Every day we check for cords. Every day we check for the 1% influence and also fear entities. So that's kind of just like the base of every single day we do that. And then when we start to have a little more time, then we can step into some of these other things. But at any rate, I'm really excited to be able to do another round of this because, as you know, or maybe you don't know, that these stressful times that we're going through right now are not going away anytime soon. And if you didn't get the memo, they're going to get worse. They're going to get worse before they get better. So they will be bringing out a whole nother round of this virus, a whole nother elevated round. They've already been telling you this. It's not like I'm a kind of a prophet or anything. I'm just telling you, not only because I'm hearing what I can feel is going to be happening, but I do have a little bit longer range vision in knowing kind of what's going on. So it's going to be really helpful to be able to create this practice. And of course, when you do it every day, then each day builds on the next. And then, once you get a taste of this, you're going to want to do it every day because it just makes you feel great. And so this is going to be teaching you how to do this. So it's really a great thing, and I hope you'll be joining us. So in review, the three main benefits of a daily meditation practice during stressful times is one, it helps to set our intentions for the day. Two, it helps to create some motivation to do the things we want to do, whether it's getting in shape or getting those projects done. And three, it helps to relieve stress. Lord knows we need that the most, right? And the number one stressor is fear, followed by anger. So that's what we're going to be doing for 33 days. I hope you'll be joining us. This 33-day daily meditation is also, um, you don't have to do these both together, but I'm simultaneously doing these together. As I'm also starting a 3-month mentoring program. So this daily practice is part of that mentoring program. So that's a 3-month program where I'm going to be teaching people how to do what I do. And there's a lot of you leaders out there that want to take your practice to a next level. So that's one thing that we're going to be doing. And so it's going to be very powerful. I think there's only three spaces left. So it's a small, intimate group because I want to be able to give as much time and attention and focus to each of you as possible. And so this is a rare opportunity. I'm also going to be including my book, which is not yet published yet. So those who come on board will be among the first to get the digital copy of my new book, Access Your Ultimate Power, the Blueprint to Infinite Intelligence. So looking forward to that. So let me just see what you guys, if you have any questions or what you have to say. I'm not really doing a clearing today. I might just, I know, we'll do a quick, let's see, what time is it here? We'll do a quick, yes, we have time for a quick, oh good, Deborah. She said she was just thinking about this today. Well, what great timing. Oh, great. There's a lot of you on. Yes, right. On time. Oh man, so true. I was going to ask about my motivation to continue my purpose. Brain fog and slight vision blurred. Yes. Last night, oops, hang on. Okay, there we go. And let me just check over here on Facebook. Good morning, everybody. Sonia, Monica, Nadine, great to have you all here. I made an interesting discovery last night. So I always share with you guys my latest information, the latest and greatest of what's coming down the pike. So last night when I went to bed, I noticed feeling a little, maybe a little emotional, a little off, a little agitated. And so I do what I do. I check, I measure. I measured like how much anger I had. So generally these are all at zero and that helps me to lead just a joyful life. But I checked and I think it was at 50% anger and 50% fear, which was kind of surprising. I usually don't have any fear. So I went on a hunt for it. And normally when I work with clients, we'll find fear in a specific chakra, and then we know how it's affecting you. But in this case, it wasn't in any of the chakras, and I kept checking each of the layers of the aura, and kept going out and out and out and out, and it was all the way out in the 30th layer of my aura. So this is an energy where you would think, wow, that's so far out that, but I'm sensitive to energy, so I could really feel it. But it made me realize that, all this reptilian and 1% energies have to do is start activating and increasing the fear and anger in these layers of our aura. And we're going to feel the effects of that. But if you don't know how to clear your energy or how to find these energies and remove them, then you're going to continue to be the effect of this 1% and reptilian energies. So I thought that was really fascinating. And where we're all headed. So I'll just give you a quick energy thing. And yes, we're going to do this meditation thing. Um, but we're all headed to clearing our energy field all the way out to the 40th layer of our aura. So the 40th layer is where oneness exists. So when we're clear out to that layer, we're going to be able to feel and experience that oneness. It's not just going to be a concept anymore. So when we feel and experience oneness, then there are no divisions. All lives matter. There are no divisions in races. There's the better or worse, rich or poor. All the ways that they try to divide us with nationalities and gender and race and monetary. All of these things are not going to matter anymore. And this is where we're all headed, is to be able to come to a place where there are no divisions, where can't we all just get along? And so that's where we're headed. However, in the 15th layer is where the 1% live and hang out. In the 20th layer, this is the most powerful part of our energy field. And it's sandwiched between, then we have the fear entities and the reptilian energy that's trying to push down the most powerful part of our energy field so that we can't expand out and reach out to that 40th layer. So this is part of the system where I'm helping all of you to learn how to do this. So let me just show you how simple it is. Let's walk you through a really simple and brief MediClearing. And it's really simple, and you'll see it. And you'll first notice how you're feeling right now, because you're going to feel a little bit different here after we do this. So if you want, you can go ahead and close your eyes, and ideally you'll be sitting with your feet flat on the ground. But I want you to imagine a line of energy that's going from the base of your spine all the way to the center of the planet. And so the reason that this is highly effective is that you're not just following along with instructions and ideally doing this for yourself as opposed to me doing it for you, because that's how you learn. Is I'm also helping from the background here, helping to feel and know and see and sense where the energy blocks are. So that's what I'm going to be helping you do during this process. It's helping you release all of these energies. So we have that really effective grounding cord that goes all the way to the center of the planet, and you want to make it at least as big as a cantaloupe. And this is going to help you release all of this anxiety and worry and fear that you feel in your energy field. And then I want you to imagine roots that go down from the bottoms of your feet deep into our planet Earth. And it's going to go all the way through to the other side. And then it's going to wrap all the way around the entire planet. Now this is getting ultra grounded. And then from there, you're going to start bringing that abundant feminine earth energy up through your feet and your ankles, so you can start having some more fun. The ankles are all about fun. And then through the calves, where you might be holding some unused adrenaline, through the knees and through the upper part of the thigh. Great, that's another part of our powers in our upper thigh. And then when it reaches that grounding cord, it's going to go down the grounding cord and then back up your legs again. So you have 2 loops of energy going up your legs and down that grounding cord. If you have any leg issues, this is super important. Okay, great. Next, we're going to check and see if you have a worry circle. So ideally, you won't have one, but this is a circle of energy that radiates out around the root chakra, the base of the spine. It's like a big hula hoop. And so right now that circle of energy is congested all the way out to the 15th layer of our aura. And so we want to pull this energy in, because this is where the 1% energy, their influence, we're going to pull this energy all the way into the core, and we can release that worry and anxiety down our grounding. But we're going to pull this 1% energy up through the central core. Spirit has been guiding me to start removing these energies off planet, because they don't belong here. They're not part of this new era that we're moving into. So we're pulling this up through that central core, and this 1% energy, so that we can release it out of our crown and through that central core above our head. And then we're just going to send it off planet. Okay, great. So that's getting ultra grounded. That's the 3 parts to getting ultra grounded. So you might just notice, if just doing that much, you are already feeling calmer. Okay, so next, we're going to place your attention above your crown, and we're going to start connecting to pure source energy. And we're going to start bringing that down through our creative rings. These rings, there's anywhere from 3 to 50 that are stacked above your head, and these hold your dreams, your desires, your goals, and your intentions. But we want them calibrated at your highest and best interests. So we're going to bring pure source down through these rings. Okay, great. And then we're going to start bringing pure source into our crown. And it's stopping right there. So our crown is where we give ourselves our personal permission. And again, just like at the root, there's a circle of energy at your crown. I call it the permission circle. And it is also congested all the way out to the 15th layer. So we're going to pull in this circle of energy, and we're going to pull all of these energies. It pulls into the 3rd layer. And this is the biggest thing that I would say everyone on the planet is struggling with right now. And this is, 1, feeling safe to step into your power, but 2, giving yourself permission to step into your power. Right now, we don't feel like we have any permission. Our freedoms are being taken away. And so we feel less and less in charge of our own permission. But this is where we access that. And the more of us that do this, the less we're going to tolerate what's going on. The less we're going to acquiesce to our own servitude, as David Icke would say. Okay, so good. We're just going to pull that energy in. We're going to lift it up and out, because it's part of this 1% energy. Okay, great. So now we're going to go back to bringing pure source energy down through the rings into that crown. And it's going to go down through the central core, passing through each of the chakras. So as it passes through the 6th chakra behind your forehead, it's stopping there. And again, congested. So we're going to go out to the front and back. I do it this way, just that's how I feel for the energies. But front and back, out to that 15th layer. So these are the beliefs of the 1%. So those beliefs, as I'm helping you pull these energies in, those beliefs will have us believing that we are free-range slaves. We may not call it that, but that's what's really going on. And that we have to work really hard, and we have to suffer, and we have to struggle, and we have to not complain or question. We just have to go along with what everybody's saying. And so it's pretty fascinating how these few people at the top are orchestrating all of this. And I'm going to stop talking about the who's and how's and whys of the whole issues that are going out there. I'm not even going to say the words, because that's really less important than the overall energy of being able to access more of our clarity. So when this is congested, you can't think clearly because all of their beliefs are in your energy field. And it's hard to focus, it's hard to stay clear. It's hard to see what you need to do next. Okay, great. So we're just going to pull that up and out. So going back to bringing pure source down through the 7 and 6, and down into the throat, where it's stopping again, all the way out to the 15th layer. So we're going to pull that in because, as I mentioned, they don't want to hear what you have to say. They don't want to hear you complain. Look at all the censoring that's going on social media. For those that are speaking the truth, all of the doctors that have come out risking their reputations, talking about their expertise for 20, 30 years. And yet social media is shutting them down. So people are not using common sense anymore. This is what happens when a cult takes over. So having been born and raised into a cult and led a support group for ex-cult members for nine years after I left, I know very well how cults work. So we're taking this energy out of the throat so you can speak up, speak your truth, right? Okay, great. So as we go back to bringing pure source down through the throat into the heart, where it's stopping again, here the congestion goes out to the 3rd layer. So that would create the energies of proving your worth and value. Now that's been very evident. There's a lot of that in this energy of this 1%. We have to prove we're worthy of going to buy groceries because we have this thing on our face, and proving that we are not killing people because we have this thing on our face, and proving that we are acquiescing, that we're going along, and then we're going to get all the benefits. They're just going to notch it up to the next level the more they can get people to follow along with all of this. And the next level, of course, is the vaccines. So never been tested on humans. They're introducing something that's never been done before. You're all going to be experiments. Okay, so bringing that down through the heart and solar plexus, where it's stopping again. I'm so glad you guys have come on today. You must be really having a hard time because this is a lot of stuck energies. So in the solar plexus, out to that 3rd layer, that's that stuck energy, that feeling unmotivated, maybe depressed, tired. Yeah. Just going to pull all of that energy. This we can just drop down the grounding cord. Great. No motivation. So as we're bringing this energy down through the solar plexus, down into the 2nd chakra, where it's stopping again, out to the 3rd layer. So here there's a lot of anger. So let's pull that anger in and drop it down the grounding, because anger is the opposite of flow and abundance. So if you've been struggling with money, this could be a reason why. So we're just going to drop that stuck energy down the grounding. And in that second chakra is our where our creative energy lives. This is what we create our world, our life with. And if it's stuck and it's full of anger, guess what we're going to create? We're going to create more things to be angry about. So we don't want that. Okay, great. Just drop that down the grounding cord. So now this energy is going down through the second, spilling down your root. So now you're vertically aligned way up high to pure source energy, rooted deeply into our Mother Earth, the safest, most secure alignment you can create. But there's more. We're going to mix these two energies, and we're going to start bringing a 50-50 mixture up the front of that earth energy coming up the legs, pure source coming down the backside. We're going to bring it up the front. So as it's trying to come up the front, it's getting stuck on some fear. So some of you have lost your grounding cord. So make that opening a little bigger. I want to make it good size. And we're just going to send that fear down your grounding. Okay, great. So now we're going to bring this 50-50 mixture up the front, real close to the spine, through the second. So it's stopping right at that second chakra still. So there's still more rage. And since it's still here, that makes me want to check for some other energies. So this is an outgrown spirit guide, a guide that you've been using, I have no idea, could be lifetimes, but it's keeping you in the energy of anger as a way of maybe motivating yourself, maybe as a way of feeling safe, maybe as a way of getting stuff done. But it's very hard on your nervous system, and it's not how we're meant to operate. And the true thing about this is that this is not your real power. A lot of people mistake this anger for their power because it feels like a big energy. And but it's not your real power. And if you're constantly using anger as your fuel source, you're never going to be able to access your true power, which is very grounded, calm, heart-centered. So this is the place we want to get you to. So let's drop all that anger down the grounding cord, but we're going to pull this outgrown guide. It goes out from the third layer. We're going to pull in this outgrown guide into the core of your second chakra, and we're going to pull it up through the central core. I'm going to check each chakra on the way up to see how it's configured. So going up into the third chakra, goes out to the third layer. So that's going to make you feel tired and unmotivated and more likely to have to use anger to get anything done because you're not accessing your power, your real power, at your solar plexus. Okay, let's pull this up into the heart where the congestion goes out to that third layer, which is, and you'll see how all of this works together. How now, and you have to prove your worth and value in this, with this energy at the heart. So let's pull all of that energy in. And you might have to work really hard to prove your worth and value. But this is a hamster wheel. This is a hard-working hamster wheel because you're trying to prove something that's already true. You're already enough. You're already lovable. You're already worthy. So we're just going to remove all those energies out. So now we're pulling this outgrown guide up into the throat where it goes out to that third layer, keeping your voice pushed down so that you don't complain or question. And maybe it keeps your voice pushed down because you're angry and you don't want those words to come out all distorted. That's not what I meant to say. Okay, let's pull this up into the sixth chakra. We're going to go out to that third layer. We're going to pull in all of the beliefs that keep all of this in place, thinking that you're powerless, that you have no power, you have no say, we just have to go along. We don't. We don't have to go along. Okay, great. So now we're going to pull this up into the crown. And the energy here goes all the way out to the 30th layer. So we have this massive energy at our crown pushing down our ability to give ourselves permission. We can't have our life like that. We're leading this other agenda's life, the cult's life. So let's pull in this circle of energy at our crown, so it goes around our crown. We're just going to pull in all of this energy. This feels kind of big. So just keep breathing and releasing. So pull all of this energy at the crown. So it pulls into the third layer. So here is a bigger piece of energy that kind of says, like, who do you think you are that you can give yourself permission to have your power? Like, we're just not going to allow that. So the good news is that there's way more of us than them, right? And another good news is that it takes relatively few people, according to Dr. David Hawkins, it takes relatively few people at a high vibration to counterbalance all of the lower vibrating energies. So the more of us that are doing this, the more of you that teach other people how to do this, then we won't be the effect of this energy anymore. We won't be feeding the beast. And they'll basically, since we created them, we can uncreate them. And this is how we do it, is by not only releasing all of these lower vibrating energies, but also by creating our vision and our dreams for the future, because now we have a clear sixth chakra and we can start seeing how we want to create and manifest in the world, into this creating a new culture and a new society. Okay, so as this energy is coming out through the crown, through all of your rings, it's going to cascade down through all the layers of your aura. When it gets below your feet, it merges with your grounding cord. And we're going to jump out to the 15th layer, of your aura. So just to imagine that you know where that is. And we're going to start at the bottom of the aura, and we're going to start lifting this 1% energy out of this layer of our energy field. And we're just going to send that all the way out through that central core above our head and off planet. And then we're going to ground the 20th layer of our aura. So we'll start at the top. It's the most powerful part of our energy field. It feels pretty slow, pretty congested. So you want to have access to this most powerful part of your energy field. Like right around your face is where it's feels kind of stuck and kind of thick, from about the sixth chakra down. So this layer of your aura helps you access 360 degrees of awareness around your body, but also 360 senses. Imagine that. So when Egypt was at its height, they had access to 360 senses. And so I know you're wondering, well, I wonder what some of those are. Well, consider how I'm able to do this. That's accessing a lot more senses. I'll just say that. tapping into people that I have never, I don't know you, but I can feel all these energies. And I do my temperature report, measuring about 40 different calibrations without ever speaking to you, without ever knowing anything about you. And the most common reply people say is, "You nailed it." So that requires a lot more senses. Just saying. Okay, great. So that's the 20th layer. Then we're going to clear the 30th layer. Okay, we just have another minute here. 30th layer, we're going to pull this up through this layer, because this is the reptilian layer, 30th layer. Sending that off planet. And last but not least, we're going to take all the energies from the upper 4 chakras, heart, throat, 6 crown rings. We're going to bring all of those energies out that right arm, because this is the circle of reciprocity. You can't receive until you give. So it's blocked right at your right shoulder. So you're having a hard time giving. And maybe it's because there's nothing coming in. So you're having a hard time giving because you're not receiving. So as that, you're going to bring the fingertips together. So we just gently bring that giving energy out. And then we're going to bring the energy in to your left hand, left arm. So this comes in up to about the elbow. So when it's like that, what happens is you start to receive. Maybe a client starts to come in, or they maybe start to get interested, and then they just fall away. Or you have a project and it starts going, and then it just fades away. It's not because of the other people. It has to do with you and your ability to allow receiving. So this is how you change that. So we're going to bring that allowing of the receiving all the way up through the shoulder, and then down through the front and back of the heart, out that right arm in the left. So you've got a circle, simultaneously through your throat, so you can ask for what you need, simultaneously through the front and back of that 6th chakra, clearing those limiting and lack mindsets, and then through the crown, so you can give yourself permission to receive. It's not about the other people. Okay, good. And then you can receive, whether it's love or money or clients or support, whatever it is that you need, you can start allowing yourself to receive that. And then through all those rings. Okay, great. So that's the process of running your energy. But the most important thing I want you to notice right now is, how do you feel different? Do you feel calmer? Do you feel a little lighter? A little more clarity? Sometimes everything will just seem a little brighter, like the colors will be more vivid, and less anxiety. So pay attention to that. Pay attention to how you feel differently, and feel into whether you'd like to feel like this every single day. And each day gets better because we create some momentum and we start digging deeper and deeper. So check out the links. Roma I think she's already posted those, to the 33 days of deepening your access to your ultimate power. And for those of you who are interested in the mentoring program, we have 3 spaces left. It is by application, so make sure you submit your request, and we'll set up an appointment so we can get that taken care of. That also starts Saturday. So I'm excited about what is going on in the world. It can be quite aggravating at times, no doubt, but these are the tools to help you navigate. And you are so welcome. It is my pleasure that you come here. Otherwise, it would be no fun for me. This is how I have my fun for the day. And so join me on, Saturday, right? Because hopefully you'll join us for the first of the 33 days, so we can do this every single day. And otherwise, I'll be back on Tuesday to entertain some of your questions. All right, TGIF. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today. And we will um, see you next time. So keep asking my favorite question. How? How does it get any better than this? And then stay in that blissful question of, I wonder. Let the universe show you how everything and every day can get better. Sending much love, friends. Namaste. Or nomaske. The immune system in me sees the immune system in you. I love that. All right. Au revoir.